SummerSlam 2025 Night 2 recap. Let's get into it. Now, without further ado, I'm going to just go ahead and say what everybody else is saying. Night 2 was miles better than Night 1. And Night 1 wasn't even really all that bad. But Night 2 exceeded my expectations. It blew it out of the damn water. The way the matches were wrestled, the surprises we got, and then, some of the proper endings. And we got some open-ended questions that we need answered. But without further ado, let's dive into it. So Night 2 opens with the triple threat title match between Naomi, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. Now, there were some people that were so sure that Naomi was going to hold this title for just a brief moment because a lot of people felt like that Naomi was going to play second fiddle to the Io and Rhea feud because, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Io has always had Rhea's number in one-on-one competition. And with the way that this match ended, you can still kind of say that they never got closure, but Naomi being the X Factor in this match, that surprised the hell out of me. It's crazy because you can't have a match where the champion is an afterthought. She made her presence known and felt. And even though she's kind of being portrayed as a heel, this is her heel run, you wouldn't know about how the crowd received her. And she had a lot of good spots. But, despite all that, and we all know that Rhea Ripley can do no wrong in the eyes of the WWE Universe. But I would say that despite that, Io was the MVP of the match with all of her spots. And the chemistry that Io has with Rhea is top notch. But then again, Io can wrestle a damn garbage bag and not be entertained by it. But where does their feud go from here? Do they continue to wrestle each other and do kind of like a number one contenders match? Because, I'll probably talk about this in another video, but I think that Naomi's going to hold on to that title until probably Survivor Series, where she might end up losing to Stephanie McCare. But we'll see about that, because if she might end up losing it sooner, but I'm not sure. Because we already know they're going to put Stephanie to the moon. But as far as what's next for Rhea and Io, once again, I don't mind if they keep wrestling each other throughout the rest of this year. But anyway, moving on. I would give this match a solid 8 out of 10. Next, you have the chaotic 6-pack TLC match between the Wyatt Six, DIY, Fraxium, the Street Profits, the Motor City Machine Guns, and Andrade and Rey Fenix. This was a thing of beauty. This was chaos personified. This was a freaking spot fest from hell. I was there for every second of it. The thing is, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all had to use eye drops in this match, because if y'all were like me, y'all didn't blink once. And in a match that was already stacked to the brim with talent, there was interferences. You had interferences from Candice LeRae and B-Fab and Nikki Cross and the rest of the Wyatt Six. Bo Dallas. I don't want to say Bo Dallas, but you guys know who I mean. But yes, his interference was amazing. And this match utilized the TLC stipulation to its maximum. You had chairs flying, and people being kicked through ladders. And then there's that one spot where Candice LeRae went crashing through a ladder. I know Johnny Gargano could be sleeping on the couch for like the next month. And then you had that spot where you had 8 competitors going through tables, all the different concessions. You had a leg drop through a table. You had, a tornado DDT through a table on the outside. And then you had Enzo Dawkins get a Spanish fly done from him. A 275-pound man flying through the air on a table outside. Chef's kiss. And there was so much going in this match. I don't even really give a damn who win. I picked I picked the Motor City Machine Guns to win in my prediction, but really it didn't even matter who won. I could watch these dudes wrestle all freaking day, especially in a match of this caliber. But the only thing I have to ask is, how the hell do you top this? Where do you go from here? The answer is you don't. You just keep doing what you're doing and then just hope for the best. But yes, a 10 out of 10 does not justify this match. 10 out of 10 is not high enough. That's the ceiling for this match. But anyway, moving on. Next was the Intercontinental Women's Championship match between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria, with stipulation that if Lyra lost, that she would never be able to challenge again as long as Becky Lynch is the champion. And then she says, let's make it interesting. Let's make it a no-holds-barred match. Now, the overall pace of the match, I loved it. And also, once again, props to them for utilizing that special stipulation, because we almost seen Becky Lynch get her head cracked open by a crowbar. We've seen Lyra get zip-tied, and then beat with a kendo stick. And One of the funniest spots in the match, and one of my favorites, was Becky playing her little Happy Gilmore role, trying to use her head as a golf tee and try to swing the kendo stick like a golf club, but she missed. Now, one of the main complaints that I've been seeing people say throughout this was the pacing of the match, how it was kind of backwards, how it started off fast-paced and slowed down towards the end. But this match had some tremendous spots. I mean, these ladies really did put on. Now, two of my favorite spots was when Lyra was about to crack Becky Lynch's skull open with that crowbar, and then when Becky zip tied Lyra's arms together, and then proceeded to beat the living hell out of her with the kendo stick like a pinata. And the funniest spot, my favorite spot, was when she tried to use her head as a damn golf as a golf ball. That was hilarious. But also, I know that her character is under fire for being kind of stale and bland, but put some respect on Lyra Valkyria's name, because if there's one thing she can do, is she can work a damn match. I'm telling you guys that. But now, with her losing this match, where does she go from here? She could probably end up going for the women's world title picture if I'm not being too crazy about it, or she can end up going up against Bayley, because Bayley is what ultimately ended up costing her, and I think that's the direction that they're going to go next. But overall, this match gets a 7.5 out of 10 from me. Moving on. Next up was the steel cage match for the United States title between Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Now, this, believe it or not, while there was no bad match, this actually one of the weakest matches on the card. Now, there was some pretty damn good spots, especially from Jacob. I mean, Jacob, he put on a damn show. Solo, Solo is slowly starting to get over as one of my favorite heels of the company. And there was, of course, I mean, in a stipulation where it's a cage match where nobody can interfere, supposedly, you had Solo Stable interfering. And I thought we were going to get a return from Tama Tonga, Mr. Yeah, himself. And, of course, Big Jimmy Uso came back as well. But the match was pretty... This was kind of like a match where you would see, like, on the main event of a Friday Night SmackDown. Not really a PLE, pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it. And the match was a little bit too short for my liking. But do they want to stretch this out, or do they want to, kind of end it there? I mean, because if you want to end it here, I say you let Jimmy Uso go for the title and let him win it. And you send Jacob Fatu on to do bigger and better things. But all in all, I would give this match a solid 6 out of 10. Next up, the Intercontinental Championship match between AJ Styles and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Now, a lot of people say that the title was going to change hand because of maybe a Judgment Day interference, but I'm glad that they let these guys cook on their own. And the callbacks to Eddie Guerrero, also, this is just a quick reminder, 20 years ago was Eddie Guerrero's last SummerSlam. But yeah, I'm glad that they did, they gave Eddie his flowers and stuff with the spots dedicated to him, like the live cheat and steal spots and then the frog splash. But, I mean, as far as the overall wrestling match, I mean, they let these guys cook. They put on a good 15 to 20 minute match. But I don't really have that much time because let's get into the main event. I'm going to give this match a solid 8 out of 10. And last but not least, the street fight for the WWE Undisputed title between John Cena and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Let's get it. They let these dudes cook for 37 and a half minutes. Back and forth action, going up the ramp, through the crowd, utilizing weapons. False finish after false finish, kick out after kick out. Both guys wondering what they have to do to put each other away. And there was even like a small hint of a heel turn from Cody when he pretty much turned into a Texas Bull Rope match and was about to hit Cena with the corner of the ring. He's like, Cena, don't make me do this. But I was thinking that there was going to be a swerve and John Cena's face turn was a ruse. But guess what? He went through with it. But my favorite spot of the match was when they were brawling on the outside, and then John Cena came up on the platform carrying Cody on his shoulders to deliver attitude adjustment onto the stage. And like everybody else, I thought that after the Triple Crossroads, it was going to be over, but John Cena kicked out, and that left me and everybody else shocked. But it took a Cody cutter through the table and another Crossroads to finally finish him off, and John Cena lost clean. Now, what's next for Cody? Does he go up against somebody like Drew McIntyre or somebody like that? Because he's the champion again. I mean, who else could he possibly go up against that makes sense? But he's the champ again, is back where it belongs. Now, we know what's next for John Cena. Brock Lesnar. He did say that out of his next opponents, his retirement opponents, he did want Brock. But I would give that match a 9 out of 10. But anyway, guys, what do you think? That was SummerSlam 2025 in the books. Peace out. This has been Jay Thomas with Wrestling with Greatness.